want to start off this video with something that Gordon Ramsay said in an episode of Kitchen Nightmares.
Can't help people that can't help themselves and cannot ever take 1 ounce of criticism. And if you're not willing to change, I'm not going to butt heads, argue, scream, whatever you want to say. You have the right to run the business the way you want to run your business. I have the right to do the right thing. And the right thing for me is to get out of here.
In context, Gordon was referring to Amy and her husband. He chastised the both of them for being unwilling to listen to criticism, and I bet you're wondering, what does a reality show about failing restaurants have to do with an artist? I'm getting there, just please bear with me for a second. The reason I refer to it is because when I watch that clip, and I watch it on repeat, Amy reminds me a lot of Holly. Holly Brown is an art YouTuber known for being, quote, blunt and honest, unquote. She has a little over 200,000 subscribers on YouTube, and she has sparked some controversy in the past few days at the time of this recording. There's quite a lot of controversy to cover, but I will try to give an abridged version of it. Holly made a rant video about hourly comic day, and she ranted about how it was uncreative and that comics should take more than an hour to complete, and that there should always be a story to them, and so on and so on and so on. It's one thing to not like it and to have more of a preference to story-driven comics, but it's another to blindly bash people for something fun. Like, you know. Another artist named Renee Monique had called Holly out on her toxic behavior and told her to let people enjoy things. Holly responded by telling her that she doesn't have to be overly positive all the time, and that she does art for 12 hours a day, and that she's passionate about this. In between that time frame, she deleted a lot of her videos, made a video about rage quitting, and then she came back about 2 days later with her other videos. In the latest one, I Changed My Mind, she talked about how she wasn't going to censor herself anymore, and how everyone is wrong and that she's always right, and how people who hate her don't watch her videos. And to be frank, she's practically learned nothing from this situation. I could talk about her channel and the history of her behavior all day, but this isn't the point. The point of this video is to not only talk about why I no longer support Holly Brown, but also to teach you guys, especially those of you who are beginner artists or are considering getting into art, on how not to act. And I'm going to lay them all out. And Holly, if you're watching this, please take some notes. Holly has a very bad reputation of being unable to handle criticism, and as an artist, criticism is inevitable. You can think that your art is perfect, but someone with a trained eye is going to find fault with your art. They're not there to bash you, they're there to help you. Same thing with art teachers. They don't hate anime because it's weird. They hate the anime style because it doesn't teach younger artists about anatomy. But the Pomeranian Prince, I hear you clicking away in the comment section below. My art style doesn't use anatomy. It's dependent on being a cartoon style or being anime or whatever thing you're into. Well, guess what? You're gonna have to learn about anatomy one way or another. It's one of the most important things to learn as an artist. And also, your art teacher is there to push you to try other things. It's to help you grow and expand your horizons, especially in the case that you do go to an art college, say for example, CalArts or SVA. You have a flexible portfolio to go on. So remember kids, don't push out criticism, instead embrace it. Holly has a right to her opinion as much as any other person, but the problem, however, is how she presents them. She passes them off as being purely the best and that she can only be right, and if anyone says otherwise, they're going to get blocked. That may not be her intention, but this is how she presents herself in a lot of her videos. My English professor from college gave me this important piece of advice, and I think it's beneficial to everyone. It's not what you said, it's how you say it. Your tone gives away everything. And in her videos, her tone is becoming increasingly irritated and vile. Holly has gone on the record and said that she doesn't use a script, And I truly believe that she can benefit from one. Not just her, but anyone who rambles about stuff or rants on stuff. Because let me tell you, it will help her and you organize your thoughts and flesh out your opinions more. And it would definitely beat having to backpedal on every single video that you possibly make, especially in Holly's case. And another thing, you do have to filter yourself. That's part of being an adult. It's not some conspiracy cooked up by the evil SJWs trying to suppress your free speech, but it's a part of life. You can't just say whatever is on your mind, and if you are, you have to be careful on how you word it. All it takes is one tweet or one post, and all of a sudden, you've lost your job. And this also affects your potential on getting a job. You can't just openly talk shit about the animation industry and expect to get a job that way. And while we're on the subject of careers, in one of her videos that she made shortly after her rage quit video, Holly referred to call-out culture, more specifically Tumblr call-out culture, and how accusations like being accused of being a transphobe can damage your business. And she's right. But the thing is, it goes both ways. If you are known for attacking people who criticize you, you're only shooting yourself in the foot. No one wants to interact with someone who's going to attack you for something as simple as getting criticism. Holly is someone with a big audience. 200,000 subscribers may not sound like much, but in the art community, that is big. Sure, it's not something like Odd Ones Out or Jaden Animations, but it is big enough to have popularity. If she continues on with this path, her channel is not going to last long. And knowing her track record, she can kiss her chances of getting a job in art goodbye. Her audience is mainly composed of young, impressionable teenagers and beginning artists. I'm terrified that her fans are going to see this as acceptable behavior, that it's okay to dismiss and delete any type of criticism, and that it's okay to spew venom and disguise it as, quote, being blunt, unquote. She has shown herself as someone who doesn't and refuses to change. And I can't help anyone who can't help themselves. I'm not gonna scream or fight or yell and everything else. And if I were her, I would seriously consider rebranding her channel and changing her act immediately. But unfortunately, I'm falling on deaf ears because Holly is the type of person who has her head up her ass. She can run her channel however she wants, but I will not be supporting her any longer. And I especially do not want to support someone who is known for spewing vile and conceding it under bullshit. And that's it. I hope you guys learned something from this video. And until then, I'll see you guys in the next